Hi everyone, welcome to the Lori Whitlock YouTube channel. I wanted to introduce you to this super sweet and adorable little village that I have for Valentine's. And in fact, we're going to take this village and create it throughout the year for different holidays. So we've got this cute little heart-shaped house, which we have for Valentine's, and for St. Patrick's, we're going to have a clover-shaped house, and for Easter, we're going to have an egg-shaped house, and maybe a church. So watch for more pieces to come to this cute little village, I'm going to have a separate video for each one of these pieces, but I wanted to introduce you to the collection here at the beginning of the video. You can purchase the SVG cutting files at my SVG shop, shop.loriwhitlock.com, and you can get the silhouette cutting files at the Silhouette Design Store. So I hope you enjoy this cute little series of houses, and we'll get started putting them together. Hi everyone, I'm Lori Whitlock. Welcome to the YouTube channel today. In this video, we're going to put together this shamrock shaped house that goes along with our St. Patrick's Day village that we have in my SVG shop at shop.loriwhitlock.com. And we also have it in the Silhouette Design Store for Silhouette users. So I've cut out all the pieces, and I've actually gone ahead and assembled half of the project so that you can follow along. The second half is put together exactly the same way, and I wanted to save just a little bit of time by having part of it put together. But I've gone ahead and cut everything out. This is the front. It's like going to assemble like a slip lid box. So we're going to create two halves that look just like this, and then we're going to slide them together at the end. This is the most sturdy way that I've found to put this together. So I think it works really well, and I think you'll find it much easier than some of the other methods that I tried. So these embellishment pieces are going to go on the front of the house. In fact, let's go ahead and put those on. I've already, on the inside piece, I've cut out of the light green like this and used it to form our clover shape, and it's showing through here on the windows and the door. And then we've just put our window casings in glitter cardstock around those two windows and the front door. And then we've done the shutters and the little shamrock out of dark green and gone ahead and glued those on. So for the little awning piece, looks just like this. It folds in half and has two glued tabs, and we're just going to form a peak out of it and put it right over the door here. We'll go ahead and put some adhesive on that, and then we'll just kind of center that right in that space and just glue that down. Now that you don't obviously have to use this if you don't want to, but I think it adds a little extra character. We'll go ahead and glue on these little flowers. We'll put them over here on the right hand side. And then we've got a tree, and we'll glue it over here on the left hand side. So I'm not going to put adhesive out here in this area, so I'm just going to put my finger there to kind of cover that part up. And we'll just glue that right there. If we have a little extra glue, we can just wipe that away. You can see how valuable the little tiny needle nose glue bottle is when you're doing something this fine and little. So we will go ahead and let the front of this all dry while we put together the back. So I'm going to set that off to the side. So now that we've put together the front of the house and we've embellished it, let's go ahead and put together the back of the slip lid box. And like I mentioned, the front of the box is put together just the same way. We're going to end up with sides again like this, and we're just going to slide the two halves together. So we're going to take the white pieces and work with those first. This is just going to be our base to glue the whole piece down to, and this is our back covering panel. So you'll notice on the side pieces that there are some glue tabs, and if you'll look really closely, there are two sections that are shorter, and you can probably see that better when you fold that glue tab over. These shorter sections go around these two clover leaf pieces. All the other sections are evenly spaced, so 1, 2, and then 3, 4. So we want to get these going where we have the little sawtooth pieces and the large pieces meet in the middle. So all the sawtooth pieces are on one edge, the large pieces meet in the middle, and the two small sections are on the outer edges with the glue tabs. So I'm just going to get everything folding all in the same direction so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So small section, large, 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 small. Glue tabs on the ends, and there is a glue tab here in the middle. So we're just going to go ahead and glue the whole long strip together. And we'll adhere them here together at this middle glue tab. So line them up the way they look right. And then you may want to fold it in half and get a little pressure on that glue tab. Okay, so as we go around the clover, you're going to see that we're going to curve around, and actually all those folds are going to concave in. So we need to fold those all in the same direction, folding in. Okay, and across the bottom we're going to have, so you might want to kind of train those sections to kind of curve a little, and you might want to use the edge of your table to do that. I'm just going to do that to this whole strip real quick. So that kind of helps get that trained to curve just a little bit. Across the bottom we're going to have this piece right here, and we're going to glue it in place and make sure that the glue tab is on the same side as all the saw teeth. Does that make sense? So it's going to be over here. So I'm just going to fold that in, and we're just going to glue that in place. And we'll just flip that over, put a little adhesive on the bottom of that glue tab, and we're just forming one really long circle basically, and we're going to make that form around this piece here in just a moment. All of these glue tabs, the tiny little saw teeth ones, are all going to fold in. Okay, now you'll just take those two ends and bring them together, and we're going to glue them with this glue tab right here. And you might want to pinch that just to get a good press on that glue tab. And this is basically, like I said, we have a big circle, and we're just going to push our piece inside and start forming this around those glue tabs. So let's put some adhesive. Let's just fold all those tabs where you're able to set this down flat on the table. And then we're going to put some adhesive around the edge of this, the clover piece. And you could work one section at a time if you want to. I'm just going to do that much for right now. I'm just going to go ahead and glue that bottom glue tab in place. Make sure you get it nice and centered so that this works really well. Then push in those clover leaf sections. And just get a good seal and press on those. And you might want to start with a little less glue than I did. It's getting just a little messy there on my table. I was hoping to get a couple sections glued at one time here. So you can just press down on those glue tabs as you go around. And kind of look at the back side and see what's happening here. I'm going to go ahead and put some more adhesive here on this section and this section. Make sure we have plenty under there. I like using the table to press down against because it works the best that way. At this point, I'm just going to move to the middle section here and go ahead and try and get that pushed down into place. Just going to have to take some time and be patient with this as you go around. Then we'll just push that last section into place there. This area over here is being a little cantankerous for me, so I'm just going to get a little more glue, put that under there. Just really force everything into the right position. Okay, with a little bit of effort and patience, we end up with our piece looking pretty good. Okay, the thing that's going to really pull this together is when we slide it together with the front half. They're just going to help each other keep their shape. So before we do that though, I'm going to go ahead and glue the back on. And we'll just take that back and go ahead and glue it on the back of our Shamrock box. Just line everything up the very best that you can. And then I would use the table to press down on everything. All right, and once you have that on, we'll go ahead and take that and we'll put it together with our front half of our box. So this is going to take just a little bit of effort to put every little piece in, but it should line up pretty well, and then you can just slide them together. If you'd like to use some glue to glue those halves together, that would be a great way to kind of seal up the box and close it. But this is what it looks like right now, and it can just stand up. We're going to glue the entire project down to this piece. In fact, while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and put some hot glue between these layers. The more petals and things that you have, the more likelihood that you'll have some gapping. So I just don't want any of that to show. So I'm just going to go ahead and coat the inside of this with some hot glue. I'm just putting that on those side walls. Make sure you push that in quickly so that you get the pieces together, and then just press in and hold things so that they glue together the way you want them. I'm going to put just a little more glue in this layer here. All right, once you have that all glued together, and of course you could cut those layers out of green if you would prefer, if you don't want those to show, or you could do a little inking to finish that off. Oops. But this way it's easier to keep all your pieces straight because they do look pretty similar, and it does matter which layer they go on. All right, so we'll glue that down with this hot glue to our glitter cardstock. Glitter cardstock is a little difficult to glue to. So that is the completion of our little shamrock shaped house for St. Patrick's Day. I hope you enjoy making this fun project, and that you check out all the other pieces that go with this collection and all of the other holidays that we have in the shop. Have a great day, and I'll see you in another video. Bye-bye.